Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried me. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them not like me. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. In a business, me not care if them screw face, wow. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. You hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me not business, me not care if them now already hear me fun too much, too much, whoa. Them not like me not like them not rate me. Me and them no friend, me don't see you care the whole of them are even. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things.
It's the Good Body Girl Nesta telling you subscribe to Talk the Things TV for your latest gossips, entertainment, and live updates about Guyanese entertainers. Listen to me. Subscribe now. The Good Body Girl said that.
Boop, 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 boop. Back in the building. Pleasant good night, good night, good night, good night to each and everybody out there in YouTube world. Tonight we on YouTube, we on Twitch, and we on Kick. We are definitely streaming on 3 platforms tonight. We're not going to be doing no Facebook because I don't really like Facebook so much. I like my YouTube. I like my Kick. I like my Twitch. That's what I'm dealing with. Pleasant good night to you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday evening. Definitely we up in the building. We got some stuff to talk about. Might do a 1 or might do a 2 or might do a 3. Never know. But nevertheless, man, rope and coming, rope and coming. Rope and coming. Now, definitely going to be reacting to the opposition leader, Arby Norton, did we should say a press conference 8 hours ago. We're going to definitely be dealing with that. So we're going to talk on that, and then we're going to be talking on the baby scale OC. We're going to be talking about some stuff as we go through tonight, definitely. No matter where you're checking in from, guys, like I told you, from as soon as you check in, I would really appreciate it if you just give the video a thumbs up. Thumbs up, like up the live, like up the live. You have 84 persons so far on the live. Yo, I'm extremely thirsty. I don't know what the heck is this. I'm extremely thirsty. But nevertheless, man, y'all know what it is. Like I said, welcome down to the show. Welcome down to Let's Start the Things TV. It's your boy, Fire Feelings in the building. You know how we're doing it tonight, definitely. We got some stuff to talk about and deal with. So we're gonna be dealing with them, you know what I mean? Hold on a minute, I'm gonna fix my camera. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be dealing with them definitely tonight. So you know what it is, man. Shout out to everybody that's checking in on the 1s and 3s. Gotta say good evening to you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. It's a wonderful Friday. I'm feeling alright. Caught a little sleep today. Definitely gonna finish with you guys this morning. Caught a little rest later down in the day, but nevertheless, man, I'm up. And end up seeing this interview and I say, you know what I mean? I'll come across and deal with some things because I'm not going to be doing no live tomorrow morning. I know it's Saturday. So obviously I'm going to be doing a live till tomorrow night again. So, you know, it's a weekend. So you don't know it is. But like always, a weekend. Excuse me. And it's Friday. I gotta come and drop a next live tonight. Phone lines are gonna be open in half an hour, 45 minute time. You're gonna open the phone lines. I think I got my phone sorted out. I don't have to be holding it. I just hope I got it sorted out. Nevertheless, guys, I hope you guys doing great. Let me shout out to some persons. David, big up yourself in the building. King and Knight. Definitely always got my side, cause no man's supposed to got my back. So far, big up King and Knight, big up David. You know what up? You two guys are in the building at this said moment here. Alright? So definitely it's crazy, and I want people out there know that at this time right now, this government really dep on foolishness. You understand? Now I hear that the vice president, I think this Bar Jagdeo is supposed to be the vice president. But people in the chat, y'all let me know what's going on. Is Barry Jagdeo the prime minister or the vice president? Because today we show you the live with the prime minister. There's Mark Anthony. But I want to know what Jagdeo is. Not the prime minister. He's the vice president. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Jagdeo is definitely going after Mr. Dexter Todd. That's the attorney that is taking over Adriana case. Now, I have no idea why Jagdeo would try to go after this man. But you see, this is what's going on. And then I heard that the nurse got locked up, is still in, you know what I mean, she's still in prison or something like that. Now, I'm saying to myself, and I'm wondering, take it off your eyes because it's going to damage it. Give me it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm saying to myself, and I am wondering why this female get locked up. Stop running. Why this female got locked up? This is why you want to know. Why this female is still in police custody. What have this young lady done to you guys so much that you guys want to lock her up? Because she talked about something that she witnessed? This total shoppiness, I don't understand. He's the vice president. Okay. So Mr. Barry Jagdeo is the vice president. Mr. Mark Anthony is the prime minister. Oh. You see, I don't really follow the politics thing, so me really know what's going on with the Rems. You know what I mean? But let's jump into this interview, or should we say this press conference with Mr. Norton. Let me kick off the show quick and fast. You know what I mean? And we're going to definitely see what's up, all right? So let's get this.
Welcome to the People's National Congress Reform and Leader of the Opposition press conference for May 9th, 2025. Joining today's press conference is Mr. Aubrey C. Norton, Member of Parliament, Leader of the People's National Congress Reform, the Partnership for National Unity, and Parliamentary Opposition. Today's press statement will be read by the leader.
Stop the cover-up of the murder of Adriana Young. It is now clear to all right-thinking Guyanese that the PPP regime and the Guyana Police Force are seeking to cover up and sweep under the carpet the murder of Adriana Young. This is unacceptable, unlawful, and unjust. In the light of the attempt to cover up this matter, the President and other senior PPP officials must publicly declare what is their relationship with the owner of Double D Hotel. The attempt by this rogue, totalitarian, and dictatorial regime to bring a retired police homicide investigator is unacceptable and must be rejected out of hand by all right-thinking Guyanese. While we cast no aspirations on the investigator, Irfan Ali and the Guyana Police Force cannot be trusted to choose an investigator and determine the terms of reference. We in the opposition stand by our previously stated position that a reputable international organization must be invited to undertake the investigation into the death of Adriana Young. Nothing less is acceptable. We note with concern and alarm that PPP-linked persons and news media are seeking to transform the Justice for Adriana movement into a race issue. We call on all Guyanese to reject this approach and continue to be united as we demand justice for little Adriana Young. Our prayers continue to be with her family, friends, and all Guyanese as we pursue justice for Adriana. Stop the misuse of the anti-terrorism law. We are not opposed to people facing the full force of the law for looting and other violations of the law. However, we demanded the government release all the innocent bystanders they have wrongfully incarcerated under the guise of fighting terrorism. We in the APNU also believe that the charge of inciting public terror under the Criminal Law Offense Act must be withdrawn and be replaced by an appropriate charge under the Act. We see the use of the offense of inciting public terror as an abuse of power and an attempt to silence and instill fear in those demanding justice for Adriana Young. I thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take questions on the press statement. Welcome to the People's National Congress Reform and Leader of the Opposition press conference for May 9th, 2025. Joining today's press conference is Mr. Aubrey C. Norton, Member of Parliament, Leader of the People's National Congress Reform, the Partnership for National Unity, and Parliamentary Opposition. Today's press statement will be read by the leader.
Stop the cover-up of the murder of Adriana Young. It is now clear to all right-thinking Guyanese that the PPP regime and the Guyana Police Force are seeking to cover up and sweep under the carpet the murder of Adriana Young. This is unacceptable, unlawful, and unjust. In the light of the attempt to cover up this matter, the President and other senior PPP officials must publicly declare what is their relationship with the owner of Double D Hotel. The attempt by this rogue, totalitarian, and dictatorial regime to bring a retired police homicide investigator is unacceptable and must be rejected out of hand by all right-thinking Guyanese. While we cast no aspirations on the investigator, Irfan Ali and the Guyana Police Force cannot be trusted to choose an investigator and determine the terms of reference. We in the opposition stand by our previously stated position that a reputable international organization must be invited to undertake the investigation into the death of Adriana Young. Nothing less is acceptable. We note with concern and alarm that PPP-linked persons and news media are seeking to transform the Justice for Adriana movement into a race issue. We call on all Guyanese to reject this approach and continue to be united as we demand justice for little Adriana Young. Our prayers continue to be with her family, friends, and all Guyanese as we pursue justice for Adriana. Stop the misuse of the anti-terrorism law. We are not opposed to people facing the full force of the law for looting and other violations of the law. However, we demanded the government release all the innocent bystanders they have wrongfully incarcerated under the guise of fighting terrorism. We in the APNU also believe that the charge of inciting public terror under the Criminal Law Offense Act must be withdrawn and be replaced by an appropriate charge under the Act. We see the use of the offense of inciting public terror as an abuse of power and an attempt to silence and instill fear in those demanding justice for Adriana Young. I thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take questions on the press statement.
Like up the live, guys. Like up the live. That's what we need. We need you to like the live up. Let's kick it, man. It's Friday.
Mr. Adam Harris, I believe you're muted. One moment. All right. Ms. Davina Bagat, while Mr. Harris checks his audio.
Hello, good morning. Davina Bagat with Kaiser News. Mr. Norton, you said earlier, if I heard you correctly, that the PPP is trying to cover up the murder of the 11-year-old. But can you say on what grounds, on what grounds are you saying this?
I'm saying it on one particular ground. From the inception, I shouldn't say one, on more than one ground. From the inception of this,
I want to say good night to Creation. What up? Just drop in the building. Cue it. Quiz. Or it's Quest. I don't know if that's the right name. I pronounce it Rollins. Good night to you, man. Shout out to everybody that definitely checking in on the ones and the trees, guys. Like up the live for me, please.
issue, the police sought to mislead the public. Why would you want to mislead the public if you had a genuine interest in getting to the bottom of this issue? But what you did was to send out false information stating that the young lady had left, the child rather, had left the hotel in a wrong. Correcting it is not enough. The fact is, you misled the nation. Why would you mislead the nation? Because you have something to cover up. You know, fate is a funny thing. Nobody wants anybody to die. But when that man died in the pool in Linden, it should have been obvious to all that Adriana was placed in that pool and she didn't drown in the pool. Now, I grew up in a place called Christianburg in Linden, close to the Demerara River. There were many drowning incidents. And I cannot recall one occasion where a body would have rise under 2 days of drowning. Miraculously, the body was not found when the pool was searched. And out of the blues, the body emerged in the pool. Now, that says to me clearly that the body was placed in the pool. I've said before, merely saying the young lady drowned doesn't solve the critical issue. What is evident is that, no, I should go now to what the president and others would have said, tried to suggest that there was no foul play. I do not know how they can rule out foul play when there was no proper investigation.
Are we not in? The people them crazy. The people them is insane. You know what you're saying. You know what you're saying.
Pathologist might have said that the person would have drunk. But like Dr. Todd said, telling you that the person would have drunk does not tell you the manner of death. And when one looks at all the things that surround this, clearly it's an attempt by the Guyana Police Force and the government of Guyana to cover this up. The alacrity with which we see this government move when it comes to other people, like the young lady who Barajagdio falsely said put perpetuated violence in the public domain. As I understood it, the young lady did the recording and she didn't put it in the public domain. And I don't intend to defend her. But when you put together everything that is happening, it is clear to even Stevie Wonder that the young lady, the child was murdered. And it is on that basis I see it.
What if you could do all your SEO in one tab?
Hey,
Meet
I
Semrush.
hate these ad running thing by yo, this stupid by. Damn.
Okay, two follow-up questions, please. Are you satisfied with the time it took to acquire the services of this investigator? Or do you believe the family should have been informed at least of these efforts being made by government in that regard?
I am totally opposed to the government identifying an individual to do the investigation. This is a corrupt government. This is a government that admitted in the local government election that it's forged signatures. Why would you allow a government that has no relation whatsoever to honesty, to decency, to choose the person or persons to investigate a murder when the very government has already made pronouncements that there was no foul play? That says to me that they predetermined. And I do not know that this government is a decent government that will engage a person and do not seek to ensure they get the outcome they want by perverting the course of justice. I seen this government gone after everyone, but I made the demand that they go after Mandal, but they didn't. And so this government has no credibility. It is corrupt. It is totalitarian, meaning that it attempts to control all aspects, the total life of Guyanese citizens. They have used contracts to do that. They have used CCTV cameras. I want to come to the CCTV cameras. Technology in itself is useful, but if you have a corrupt government that uses the technology only when it suits them, then you know that they cannot be trusted even with technology. And in
Pause it there for a bit. Shout out to Mr. R.B. Norton on this piece of press conference here. And I'm not gonna tell a lie, I had to come tonight and do a live. Definitely reacting to this with my subscribers. You understand, people? I love this press conference. And Mr. R.B. Norton definitely is touching on a lot of main stuff. A lot of main stuff, bro. Guyanese people need to open their eyes. Election coming up, y'all need to know where you put in that mark. We need a new face. We need a new government, bro. It is showing clear as day that these people them making or trying to make us a fool, trying to make us an idiot. You understand? It's only beneficial for them and their friends. You understand? It's beneficial for them and them friends. It's not a people thing. It's not a people thing. It's not a citizen thing anymore. It's them and them friends. Now y'all hear what Mr. R.B. Norton just now said. Y'all hear. It's crazy. Let me get back into it again. Yo, I'm telling you, this shit is nuts. Let's get it.
this case, they have not provided one shred of evidence against many of the people they would have incarcerated. I heard Jack Dale glibly saying all those who break the law should face the law, but then he should,
Move.
because Sue made it pellucid as is practically possible. that there are serious allegations against him for bribery and corruption. He also, when challenged, when it appeared that Mohammed is likely to run, he then said that they can charge him for murder, or they will. Now that supposes, or one can easily make the assumption that they probably had the information from the CCTV camera, but only when it suits their interest, they will utilize it. I'm not saying Mohammed did or he didn't. I'm merely pointing out to you that the People's Progressive Party has the tendency to utilize CCTV cameras when it suits them. And therefore, they cannot be trusted.
Thank you.
Why haven't they investigated the man with the wet pants? If you were serious and the international world looking at you, the international world went look at the videos, extract information and provide it there, then something is wrong. You cannot even tell us who is heading this investigation. How are you talking about a thorough investigation when you cannot say to us, is the crime chief or the crime thief, whichever one, investigated? So we cannot take you serious. We believe you want to sweep it under the carpet. We believe you're using the situation in a way that will not result in the true findings as to what happened to Adriana Young.
Thank you. Mr. Harris?
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Comrade, how do you react to the accusation that this issue is being politicized?
Now, one can react in different ways to it. If the claim is that we in the opposition is politicizing it, then I would say this. If you call bringing the facts to the fore politicization, then it is. But if you're saying that it was fabricated to achieve political objectives, then I disagree. The fact of the matter is matters of murder that should engage the Ghana police force. If it isn't engaged in a proper way, it is the task of the opposition to speak on it and expose it. If you call exposing the corruption in the Guyana police force, if you call exposing the fact that the commissioner is neither certified or qualified to be a commissioner of police, if you call pointing out the misinformation provided by a senior police officer, if you call pointing out that nobody seems to be in charge of the investigation and you are not saying who in charge, if you see that as politicization, then I will agree. It is well politicized because of your incompetence.
Jermaine struggled for years with dental issues before finally finding Nuvia. Listen to what he wanted most after his smile makeover.
I want to be able to smile.
Quick follow-up then. For example, Dr. Dexter, the lawyer, is involved in this process. Yesterday, Mr. Jack Dio described him as a mediocre lawyer. Do you concur with that description?
Look, Jack Dio's approach is always to tarnish the image of people who are more intelligent than him. I mean, it's easy to be more intelligent than him. It's not that he is some sophisticated academic, he isn't. He's a piece of trash who attempts to attack everybody that exposes the PPP in him. Now, Dr. Todd, unlike the so-called Dr. President, pursued his studies, did a proper dissertation, adjudged by credible university as having a PhD. I don't know what Jack Deo has that permits him to describe him in the way that he did. All I would say to you, I have seen Dr. Todd handle issues, and when you raise intellectual issues, he can respond. I have never seen Jack Deo respond in an intellectual manner. He always behaves like a yard fowl, takes off his frock and begin to abuse out. He has no class. I can say to you that Dr. Todd is a reputable lawyer, and Jack Deo's attempt to tarnish his character or describe him in some fashion will only resonate with Jack Deo and those who are blind to him. In our book, he's a reputable lawyer. He does his work, and what Jack Deo should be doing is responding to the concerns raised rather than attacking his character. But then to ask him to rise to that level is to ask him to do the impossible. He knows no decency. He has no understanding of professionalism. He's just a piece of it.
Thank you. The floor is still open for questions.
Yeah, if I may, one last question.
Go ahead.
There were a series of incidents, wanted bulletins posted for people supposedly involved in incitement and engaging in terrorism and all of this. There was a wanted bulletin for two men who allegedly doused a woman and her two children with acid. It has turned out that the man who threw the acid is supposed to be the reputed husband or partner of this woman. But there has been no official statement. Were you made aware of this situation, sir?
Well, we continue to do our work. We found out that the man was charged, placed before the court, and was placed on bail. That is the information at our disposal. We observed that from the time it occurred, the PPP and their trolls attempted to blame the PNCR for it, and the APNU and the opposition. Now let us recall that I pointed out very, very early that the PPP will seek to transform this into a race issue. That was another attempt. You do not think they know full well that it was not? Which sane person, except you have a mind like Barra Jack Deo, would want to throw acid on a woman while she has two children? That to me comes from a mind that is not a normal mind. And so the fact that the government is now silent on it is because they knew full well they was taking a matter that had nothing to do with politics and trying to transform it into a political issue. Like I said in the press statement, we have got to consistently guard against this issue becoming an ethnic issue. From the inception of it, both major, well, three ethnic groups, because there were Amerindians there too. The three major ethnic groups in this country approached this issue, stayed in front of the hotel because they were confident the child was in there. The police misinformed about where the child is. It turned out that the child was in there. It turned out that all three major ethnic groups were there in support of the family. The government only hope right now is to transform it into an ethnic race issue so that it can rally people based on race. I've urged the Guyanese people not to fall for it, not to allow this government to transform this process into a racial conflict. The PPP is bent on doing that. I've said that before. And I thought if the PPP was serious, they would have investigated that matter with the two children and let the facts come out. But because they want to use it for political mischief, and if you could charge the whole PPP, they would have been in front of the court for inciting public mischief and violence. But you know, it wouldn't happen for now. But we are very clear that nobody in the opposition was involved in attack on any child and teacher, and that we regret that the incident did occur at all. However, we noted the attempt of the People's Progressive Party to use it to divide the Guyanese society. That we will continue to oppose.
3 signs your car accident is worth major.
Definitely, guys. As you guys hearing what's going on, you know what I mean. Yo, it's crazy. No joke. It's definitely crazy, guys. It's stupid ad.
Thank you. I'll open the floor for any other questions as well.
Yo.
Ms. Baggott?
All right, thank you. Two very quick questions from me, please. Mr. Norton, at a recent press conference, the AFC said that the seventh oil project should not be approved without ring fencing. My first question is, do you agree with that position? And secondly, sir, could you share your views on Exxon moving to award contracts for FPSOs and other elements relating to projects that have not been approved as yet by government?
Let me start with the first one first. I expect that Exxon will be a responsible corporate entity. And therefore, we do not expect that Exxon will do something that violates the law. However, it's the government's responsibility to ensure that the law is enforced. And if there are to be proper environmental impact assessments, then they should be done. As it relates to ring fencing, we have generally said that we believe ring fencing is a useful tool, that we will look at every specific case and ensure there's ring fencing. I have not looked at the figures, but when we do look at the figures, if we are satisfied that the cost has already been recovered from the initial investment, we will surely support ring fencing. But at this stage, I just don't want to speak for the sake of speaking.
But Mr. Norton, this project's application has been pending for quite some time. How much more time do you still need to review the numbers in relation to ring fencing?
Go that again?
I'm saying that the application for the seventh project has been made for quite some time. It's been out for quite some time pending. How much more time do you still need to make a determination regarding ring fencing?
Well, if I were you, I would look at the question differently based on the answer I gave. I thank you for the question, but the issue here is not how long it is out. To me, when you're doing ring fencing, it's to protect your resources and to ensure that there's not the use of resources from one project on another project. And it is for that we need clear data and will support ring fencing once the money that was invested and there is the appropriate return under the investment. We will support ring fencing in that circumstance.
Thank you. The floor is still open for questions.
Mr. Norton, then you should go on, sir. Is your party or the wider APNU in discussions with Mr. Ashwin Mohammed as a partner in the coalition? And if so, how are those talks progressing?
Well, as I am aware, there are no such discussions ongoing. And even if they were ongoing, I'm not so sure, Dennis, I would have offered views on it. I've always said that when you are negotiating, until all is agreed, nothing is agreed. And so the answer is so far we have had no discussion with T. Mohammed. I made it very clear very early that we had no such discussion. As far as I'm aware, none is there, but we are a political party and we know you never say never. You analyze every situation and address it as it comes along.
Why would you say never in light of the fact that he has been sanctioned by the United States?
Go to question again.
Why would you say never as a political party when he has been sanctioned by the United States?
Could I ask you something which will answer the question? What happens if you wake up tomorrow morning and the United States say there's no longer sanctions on him? The next day it would be the same?
Well, for now, the sanctions are still there. So I'm asking now, in light of the current circumstances, why would you say never?
Because I would talk with anyone. I don't have to agree with them. I don't have to support them or come up against them. But I believe as a political party, we should hear all sides and then make our decisions. The United States has sanctioned him. The United States looks after its interests. We have no problem with that. But as a leader of the opposition, we will have to keep everything in constant review and then make whatever decision we think should be made. Look, the government is making a lot of noise about Mohammed, but this government was in bed with Mohammed. To now make Mohammed the number one demon in the world, when you were defending him, to me, is disingenuousness at its best.
Even though it was a pre-sanction period with which they were cozy?
Go that again?
Even though it was a pre-sanction period when they were cozy?
You know, let me say this to you. A government has access to intelligence and all kinds of information. If you say to me that the government had no knowledge before the sanction, then the government should resign.
Thank you. Mr. Adam Harris.
A clarification, Mr. Lord, quickly, if you allow. Would you consider it, though, risky from an international relations perspective to embrace Mr. Mohammed in a coalition or to have him embrace your party or the wider APNU in an election?
Anything you do in this life has negative and positive, including embracing Mohammed.
Mr. Adam Harris.
Tired of settling for therapists that don't click?
Sir, a member of the PPP government, I must backtrack. The party issued a statement which claimed that a man was released from custody based on a phone call by a member of the PPP, and that he boasted about this. The member name is threatening legal action, and she talked about being aware of separation of powers and all of that. So, how accurate was the statement that the magistrate backtracked and released this man on a phone call?
If you look at our post yesterday, you would see we got the case file. And on the case file, the magistrate stated that he was remanded to prison. And then the next day, he was released. So we know it is accurate
Of course.
to say that all of them were remanded, but only this one PPP activist was released. That's a fact. The second thing is, why, if no crime had occurred or no mismanagement, why did you move the magistrate? Because immediately after this become known, they moved the magistrate. I believe the removing of the magistrate is an attempt to protect the minister. And this all the time. They sacrifice public servants for their political interests. And I see this as just another case of the People's Progressive Party using the power at their disposal. First,
Yo, shout out to Palo Wallo. Pride. So, yes, I agree with Mr. Norton. The digging the ring fence issue. We are already losing money. Exile bills us for everything and deduct it from our little profit. Of course.
to have people remanded, and then you have one release, and then you try to defend it by blaming the APNU and by transferring the magistrate so that you appear to have acted. One of the hallmarks of the People's Progressive Party is that they always take action to appear to do something, but in essence, they do nothing. If you go back, we were promised a thorough investigation into the death of Orrin Boston. Until now, none. We were promised a thorough investigation into the death of Quindon Bacchus. None. The young man that died in Linden, Ronaldo Peters, Irfan Ali came out and said there'll be a thorough investigation. None until now. The second one that was charged, that was killed, for Fajine, they promised a thorough investigation. None. Since then, they have not said to the people of Ghana who is investigating, what is the state of the investigation. Let us recall the case of the two Henry boys and Harry Singh. They said the same thing. This government is prone to arresting innocent people and put them in the lockup, but doing everything to ensure the guilty goes free.
I can't believe I running me. I can't believe this. Why is I always do this? Why this is happening to me? I telling you, sorry. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Like I was saying a while ago, and I gotta keep looking on my monitors and make sure seeing that it's coming through. That's what I'm not doing. Now back to what I was saying. Mr. Norton is speaking right. Mr. Norton know what he's saying. Now we're speaking about the last answer that he gave, whereby the president himself came out and say no stones will be left unturned in Linden for Forgini and Peters. All now nobody can get no war. The RSS, them said some RSS, the vice president, Mr. Jack Dio said the RSS is coming in to do some investigation on the death of Forgini and Peters. Just to try the RSS disappear. We the RSS there. Have we ever saw any documentary inside of the papers or any statement in the papers or anything from the press whereby stating that the RSS definitely say, well, yo, this is the case or this is the case? Like everybody's get buyout. Whoever come in and investigate on anything in Guyana, the government is saying, hold up. Allegedly, like this ways happen. Like this ways happen. I feel like it's this ways go down because I can understand that these people them that doing the investigation disappear just a joy. Anonymously disappear. You don't hear nothing from the RSS. And when I hear the RSS, I said, well, these man gotta be some top investigators. RSS, whatever it stand for. Waiting for hear something for Forgini and Peters. I'll know. They're not sure the sergeant get locked up and remand. How we know he there in jail? We in here we get sentenced. We in here we get 15 years for killing a man, taking a man's life. Wrongfully we gotta say. Because Mr. Peters was wanted for questioning in a matter of the saying a sexual assault or a rape situation, whereby he wasn't. Because this man got his child, Muddy got his child. And the thing is, Mr. Peters is an Indian. First, it used to be a black situation. But now, it's anybody could get it. Especially even if you're an Indian, whereby you speaking for rights or justice, and you say something about them, is the. You understand? No investigation is being held. None of these guys, the commissioner know though. The vice president and the prime minister know though. All the everybody know they're playing games. This is why we Guyanese people need to get them out. You know they got a song, they got to go. It's foolishness, bro. One thing I know, I never been in politics. I never was a part of no politics group or team or nothing, and I will never be. I would say hi to Mrs. Brooms. I would say hi to Jack Dio if it be like that. I would say hi to Arby Norton, Nigel Hughes, whole a little reasoning with them, but I don't want to be a part of no politics. Me want to be a part of them. I don't like them. All I'm here for is whoever in power to treat the people them fair and square how they're supposed to be treated. And this is why I keep ringing this bell all the time saying it makes no sense if we have better road, better infrastructure, school fees and all these things being paid for, and at the end of the day, the justice system fucked up. The justice system fuck up. What sense it make? Is all the time the government is going to come in out and telling we that, oh, yo, we're not going to leave no stones unturned. We're going to do a thorough investigation. We're going to this, we're going to do. And when it come back, when it boil down to low gravy, When the gravy boil down, you can't see the potato, you can't see the chicken, you can't even see the carrots them you got in this pot. When the gravy dry down, it's an empty pot. We need to make sure that we vote these guys out. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. And I know for a fact, if these guys was doing good, we would have applauded them. I see some black brothers coming out and them talking, yeah, Mr. President, yeah, and yeah. Want the equal rights and justice, bro. A lot of these Negro guys that drinking soup from these people, them, is just because they're feeding your soup because they don't want to make it look like if. But we know deep down it is. King of Light, shout out to you. You say we need to make sure the election happen this year. That means not let them have a excuse to. You understand? And you could see the rest. We need to vote these guys out. There's the thing with heart in me heart inside. I's a youth that speak for rights and justice. And then what them doing to we whereby them if you talk about certain thing about the government, they're trying to lock you up. They're trying to get rid of you and all these things. Now the nurse, right? Let me all a reasoning. This nurse, why would you have the nurse behind bars? Why would you lock up the nurse? What did the nurse do? The nurse was having a conversation with her friend. She was not knowing that she was being recorded. So how the fuck y'all got the woman locked up? Where y'all lock up the woman for? Same thing Mr. Norton said. The people that were supposed to go behind bars ain't going behind bars. But y'all locking up innocent people for stupid charges. What the girl do? The girl ain't do nothing. Nothing the girl ain't do. The girl was just talking. The jackass went recording she, lied to she, and said that, oh, no, I'm not recording you. This time he recording she. Y'all ain't hear all of that? For say, okay, Oscon, this man violate this girl. Want a cybercrime. Want a cybercrime. And these things illegal? Recording people without their consent or their knowing, taking picture or video of people without their knowing. What really Guyana, bro? What really going on? It's total foolishness, bro. When are we going to really open we eyes and see what's going on? Black brothers and sisters, Indian brothers and sisters, indigenous Amerindian people, brothers and sisters. What's wrong with you guys? Y'all ain't seeing these people them taking we for fool. It's not time these people them move. It's not time these people them go. It's not time these people them leave. Come on, bro. It hurt my heart to see Guyanese citizens cannot get justice. Let's get back into this.
And we have to keep objecting to that. That has become a norm in this dictatorial government's approach.
Thank you.
A quick question just for clarification.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you said they removed the magistrate. Do you mean the government? And if that's the case, what authority does the government have?
The government
to intervene.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, to intervene in matters of the court.
Legally, they don't, but everyone knows they do it all the time. all the time. They intervene into the legal system, the judicial system, to achieve their objectives. And so, while they really have no place in law for it, in practice, that is what they do. And observe, a lot of time when the police act is after the Attorney General pronounce, which is clearly an indication that in that particular case, you see a situation in which they dominate and control the police and intervene. It's a little clearer there. But there is also evidence that they place people in judicial positions who they can control and use them a lot of times.
That is what these people them is do. You understand? This is the same thing Mr. Norton know what he's speaking about. Remember Mr. Norton had comfortable time dealing with these people, you know. And this is why I sit down and I said to myself, they got good and they got evil. Remember the good is always know what the evil could do or what they're capable of doing. So when you hear Mr. Norton speak certain thing, it's because of he knowing about these people them. This what these people them does. They put people in compromised position for weaken them for do what they could do. Cause look at the car driver. That they say Adriano went into the car. The man ain't know nothing going on, nothing, just a drive the man go and get one big scene the man, then the man lose his work, lose his contract, lose everything because they just get up just and just pick a random man for blame a man. But watch how God is work because like they say, anytime the parents them they go home, the man could have been in jail balling. He belly and he out saying, oh, guy, boys, what really, why do? Me know nothing but no kidnapping or hit and run or whatever charge they would have placed on him. The man would have been in jail crying. This how far these people them go even when the data was wrong. Although we know there wasn't no fucking data with what the vice president was trying to tell us. Because between the hours where Adrian's body was found or in the morning, that's a Thursday morning, when they said she go into some vehicle, though between the time there with the vehicle and Adriana, they could have get the video footage quick and fast. Up to now, we know who is this operator. Up to now, we don't know who is these constables. Who is these constables that they say again knock off or sent home? Up to now, why the commander in get charged? Ale Golden One, good night to you, man. Welcome down to the show. You know what I mean? Nadia Sato, the corruption is so deep. They're desperate to cover this up. Yo, I'm not going to tell no lie. Cover up from all over. Bully bad, big up yourself in the building. Appreciate you, bro. Rawlines, big up yourself. You know what I mean? Jodil come up with the smart brain with this ID, locking people up for open them out in diplomatic all week and then one to jail. You keep put more search on search than us for us to shut the fuck up. Big up yourself with the one. I swear. Sometimes how you always write is make a laugh, but you don't know what go on. P. Ali Cock, big up yourself, welcome down. Locking up the nurse. You understand? What you locking up the nurse for? Why are you locking up the nurse? What this lady done? Ali Cock said locking up the nurse to intimidate and silence her. An honest truth teller. She truly account of what she said, what she see at the autopsy. You understand? It's counter to the PPP narrative of, all right, you see it right there. They saying it's an accidental drowning. Me understand? Alakak, welcome down to the show. This is what I'm trying to tell you people. Yo, let me tell you something. And it's crazy at this said moment, though. It's crazy, crazy, crazy to see and to know that this is what the government is doing. We gotta get them out. We gotta get them out. Let me hear the finishing of RB Norton.
Mr. Morton, then Shabal, then, sir, could you say, to what extent or how great are your chances of removing the PPP in the absence of a coalition with the AFC?
The PPP will be removed from office. I don't know what a question of chance is. The PPP has done everything to ensure that they are removed from office. The only thing could save the PPP at this stage is if they succeed in pushing the race card and it become an ethnic issue. And even with that, I think the PPP will be removed from office. Any right-thinking Guyanese, including some of them who running around the PPP, will not vote for the People's Progressive Party. Everybody is seeing what is emerging. They are now talking about using cameras to do surveillance on the average Guyanese. You think the ordinary PPP people didn't know that after they finish what they're doing with their opponents, they turn inside? A lot of PPP people are convinced that the government is no good. We went to the Essequibo, and you might have seen some of the videos. And it is evident that people in PPP strongholds are now satisfied that the worst government ever in the history of this country, even worse than 1992 to 2015, is the People's Progressive Party under Irfan Ali. That's a given. From that standpoint, I have no doubt that the People's Progressive Party will be removed from government.
Thank you. All right, with there being no other questions, I want to thank our
You know what I mean? Big up Mr. Norton for that. And definitely, Guyanese citizens, we need to get these people them out. We need to get these people them out quick and fast. I know what I'm telling you guys. We need to get them out. You understand? Because this ain't nice, bro. This is not nice. Shout out to everybody that checking in for the ones and threes, guys. Like up the live. We got 74 likes. Definitely. 41 minutes after 9. Definitely I'm gonna take you up to that 10. This is me song right here, so bad. I gotta play this song for y'all. I swear to God. This is my song right here, so right now. It's me bad song, cause all what happening is just lies. You understand? Lie upon lie. See, we're gonna play my song. I love my song, boy. Run it.
That is lie. You ain't lie. Boy! No, I know some of you won't believe me. But if you think a lie, ask me good for Maki. It was a big lying competition to see who them will crown as lying champion. And liars from all parts of GT. Big shot liars from region 1 to region 3. A field but 10 or so make the entry. And in 2 days, it boiled down and turned to 3. I had my eyes on critics, the liar. Cause I know that he does come with some good one. But they had a young nurse that named your skin. Come from East Coast, some village in better acting. Says she went hospital and see the autopsy. Says she was the only nurse that went and see. She tells she friend and he come and lick the vice note. They try to cover up, but the truth starts the handful. Lie? You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? The police them say if you tell a lie, you're going to jail and you will be fine. Lie? That is lie. Lie? Them say, the police them say. Critics the liar start having skinny teeth. He said Miss King can come and lie by key. And the day a double day he see the pool empty. And the morning he want always see a body. But he won't come and tell the people the truth what he see. He don't get collect he pay and gone easy. But lying police force come and say you bad like we. The day at the hotel then didn't see we. Lie? That is lie. Lie? Why lie?
The police say.
The police them say. The police them say.
The police them say if you tell a lie, you go into jail and you gonna get fined. Yo, that's my song right there, man. I ain't give a damn. That's my song, man. Yeah, man, that is my song. Shout out to my Trini people in the building. Y'all know the vibes. Yeah, man, it's Friday night, so you don't know what's up. We up. We beating some alcohol on the live, you know what I mean? A little something. Because it's the weekend, you know what I mean? But on a serious note, big up to everybody that's checking in. Come on, guys. November to remember. You understand? How much of you guys out there? Definitely, you know what I mean? 347-801-6231. The phone line is open. If you guys want to call in and definitely state or give me your view on what you think about what Norton said, definitely the phone lines are open for that. You know what I mean? So definitely you guys could definitely call us. The phone line is open. Now, you know what I mean? Like we say, you know, it's crazy at this set moment here, so. It's crazy and it hurt me hard for know that this is what we gotta go through, but it I telling you, bye. I telling you. Now this asset scene, you know what I mean? Hello, good night. Hello? Hold on a minute. So the mean don't walk in. I thought I'd fix this thing or no.
Rent a furnished private room with utilities.
You see? It's coming through, but it is what it is. 347-801-6231. The phone lines are open, guys. You could call and let me know what's up. What's your thoughts on this? I'm going to take a couple calls, and then we out of here. So, cause, you know, I didn't come for do a long live. I just come for do an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes. So we're gonna open the lines. We're gonna take like 10 calls, and then we're gonna wrap up the show. All right? Definitely. Hello, good night. Where you calling us from?
I'm calling from Brooklyn.
We're going on, my
Forward the
brother.
tune again and then we're going to start it out.
Run the tune one more time.
Run it again.
All right, good.
Before the
He said run it again. Got the song bad. All right, let me run it one more time and we're going to sort it out. Yeah, man. Lie? That is lie. Pull up.
That is lie. Don't you lie? Boy! No, I know some of you won't believe me. But if you think a lie, ask me good for my key. It was a big lying competition to see who them will crown as lying champion. And liars from all parts of GT. Big shot liars from region 1 to region 3. I feel but 10 or so make the entry. And in 2 days, it boiled down and turned to 3. I had my eyes on critics still higher. Cause I know that he does come with some good one. But they had a young nurse that named Your King. Come from East Coast, some village in better acting. Says she went hospital and see the autopsy. Says she was the only nurse that went and see. She tells she friend and he come and lick the vice note. They try to cover up but the truth starts the handful. Lie? You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? The police them say if you tell a lie you're going to jail and you will be fine.
You go into jail and you don't get fined. And he mean by losing weight. Oh shit, 347801623. The phone lines are definitely open. But I said run it one more time so you don't know what's going on. You understand? We're running it one more time. Yeah, we're gonna take 2 calls and then we out. You understand? I'm gonna definitely be back in the morning. I wasn't gonna do a show tomorrow morning, but I definitely think I'm gonna come and do a show tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody that definitely checking in on the 1s and 3s. You guys know the code already, understand? Big up to everybody that definitely checked in. Really appreciate you guys, all right? Yeah, man. Really, really appreciate you guys. Anyway, until tomorrow, we out. Peace and love, guys. You understand? See you guys all the time.